Welcome to another episode of Teacher Lady with Miss Lyman. Today I will be discussing House Bill 7 here in the great state of Florida, honey. This is where woke goes to die. So I had to do a video for my class because I am back in school, you know. So I had to do a class on a bill that affects teachers and students, like how does it affect teachers, what is it about, and stuff like that. So I chose the Stop Woke Act, a bill of 2022, also known as the Individual Freedom Act, but it stands for Stop Wrongs Against Our Kids and Employees. So this is what the act aims to do. The act aims to prevent anyone from being discriminated against through trainings or being exposed to information that may make them feel bad for something that happened. Okay? Woke by the state of Florida, and this is not me, this is literally what the lawyers for our governor, Mr. DeSantis, stated. Woke defined is the acknowledgement or teaching about systematic injustice in American society. Okay, let's keep going. All right, so the critical race theory is banned in the state of Florida from K through 12. However, based off what I have been able to find, it's not even a K through 12 class, it is a college course. So I don't know. We gonna keep moving. All right, so how is it affecting teachers and things like that? An AP psychology course was rejected by the state for the reason that it has a political agenda. However, a judge did order a temporary injunction against the part of the bill pertaining to higher education, because this was now getting into college and stuff like that. And the reason, hold on. The reason it says that they were imposing on their First Amendment and 14th Amendment. All right, so how do I feel about the bill? I think it gets tricky. Okay, well, I'll just say, for me, I think it gets tricky when it goes to if a person feels bad, because if I'm just teaching the truth, because it does say that you can still teach about racism, you can still teach about the lack of freedoms that Black people have, but you cannot teach on white privilege, you cannot teach that some people are inherently racist. And granted, I would never personally teach a student that people are inherently racist. However, I would show how racism, going back to certain areas of time, were generational. And so I will not teach that now, because based off the bill, I don't know if that would fall under the guidelines. So for me, it could be a little confusing. And baby, I'm not trying to get in trouble. Okay, I love history. I love history. I'm like literally a history fanatic. I'm always trying to learn things. I'm always watching documentaries. I'm always reading because I love it. If I had enough money, I would go back to school to get my PhD in history, and I would be the historical voice on the documentaries that you see. But baby, I ain't got enough funds for that, and I ain't trying to go into that much debt. But the sources I used for this were Time Magazine and the state of Florida Senate.gov. And another thing, the AP psychology course, because it talked about not only queer people, and baby, I don't know if you know it or not, but this is not the state for that, honey, okay? The state also has another bill. Hold on. I'm struggling a little bit here, my bad. All right, House Bill 1557, which is the Florida Parental Rights in Education Act, which builds on the Parents' Bill of Rights, which is House Bill 241, provides parental rights in relation to minor child's education. And that bill, it prohibits classroom instruction on sexual orientation or gender identity K through 3 and above grades. They have to be age appropriate, but then they just completely did away with you can't even teach it at that level unless it's in the health class. So that that class seems to, based off the state of Florida guidelines, is a political agenda, because you're talking about queer, and then also talking about getting more in depth with racism and the psychology behind that. And we can't have that. How I want to say that the Florida parental rights, what I see now in Florida schools, is the nickname. Some kids, they like to, like, I've had students like, Miss Lerner, I prefer this name. But because I'm not trying to get fired, baby, and I'm not trying to be made an example of, I'm calling your child what is literally in the system, okay? I'm sorry if Sally want to be named Sue. I'm not. I can't. I can't, okay? I just want to teach the babies. I don't want to get into a political battle, because a lot of, I don't know if y'all know it or not, but a lot of our kids can't read. So rather than focus on what we are calling them, can we please focus on reading, comprehension, writing, grammar, which is why I started an ELA pod that I will be, that we'll meet for the first time next Monday, October 16th. I'll do more about that. But today I wanted to talk about those two laws and how they are affecting us here in the state of Florida, and you know what they're about and what that looks like for teachers. To my fellow teachers, stay strong. Don't lose your passion, because these kids need us. All right, guys, I gotta go. That was the bell. My next class is about to come in. But thank you so much for watching. I hope I get an A on this assignment. Until next time.